Hey guys, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing today to bring in more customers through your website. I just want to say, I talked to your employee Brittany, and she told me you're working with some leads organizations. But just to clear up what I'm talking about here, we're not talking about lead sales. I'm hoping to partner with you guys to work on your website and have customers come to you directly through axiumsolar.com. Okay, so let's get into it. I mentioned those 3 strategies before, but what are we talking about here? What are those strategies trying to achieve? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. So that's basically a word or a phrase that someone might search if they're trying to pay for a service. So in the case of Axium Solar, that might be something like solar panels Dallas, right? That's what I would search if I lived in Dallas-Fort Worth area and wanted to install panels on my roof. So I went ahead and searched that in Google, as you can see, and we'll take a look at what comes up. So up top we have paid ads. We're not going to worry about those. Then we have this map section. We'll come back to that. And finally, there are the organic listings. And these are basically the websites that come up without having to pay Google any money, right? And so these are where most of the website traffic for these searches is going to go to, and especially these top 3. So we can see the top 3, some of your competitors in the Dallas area, got Sunrun, DFW Solar Electric. But if we scroll down, we can look for Axium. Oh, there's Axium. So you guys have a paid ad right there, but still not coming up anywhere as far as I can see in the organic rankings, right? Which, as I said, is where most of the clicks are going to go through. So what that means is that all the people searching solar panels Dallas, they're not going to be clicking on your website. They're going to be clicking on these 3 websites right here. So you might ask yourself, well, how many people is that really? Is that enough that I'm going to care about it? About those people coming to the website? We can take a look at that. So this is a tool I use called Ahrefs. It gets me search engine data. And here we can see that keyword I just searched, solar panels Dallas, right? And we can see here that gets 1,100 searches every single month. And if you look down this list, we got another 800 for solar panels in Dallas, another 500 here. So, this is going to be thousands of people searching for your service in the Dallas-Fort Worth area every single month. And those are all potential customers. And if you're not showing up on Google for those searches, they're not going to be visiting your website. Okay, so let's find out where you actually do come up for keyword searches. So I went ahead and searched Axium Solar into Ahrefs, and we can take a look at your keywords. So we'll just sort by position. And you guys are coming up towards the top for quite a few here. But let's take a look at those. So traveling solar jobs. So what I'm seeing here is that you're coming up for a lot of keywords, but none of them are buyer intent keywords, right? They're not talking about the service in a specific area, right? Even if I come up for like solar panels, you don't know where I'm searching from. And if I find you guys and I live in like California or something, it doesn't matter, that's not a real lead. So you want to come up for those Dallas specific keywords and any other service areas that you work in. So then we can take a look at, I chose one of your competitors, DFW Solar Electric, to look at. We can look at their keywords. So as you can see, they're coming up towards the top for all these Dallas specific solar panel related keywords, right? You got 700 searches every single month for all of these. And they're going to be in the top positions for these, taking all the customer traffic. And For example, we can look at this first one. It says they're in position 4, but if we actually look at the search engine results, you got the local, this is the map section right here. This is like a FAQ. So they're actually right here in the second organic ranking right there. So they're going to be getting a large percentage of the website traffic from these 700 searches. And same goes for this entire list where they're in like the top 5 spots here. So how can we beat them out? How can we beat DFW for that top 1 or 2 spot in the organic rankings? And that's going to come back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. And the first one of those is going to be the content on your website. And that basically means the content that Google wants to see from its top businesses. And what that is going to be about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content that actually uses those keywords like solar panels Dallas. So we can look at axiomsolar.com and scroll down. I can tell, you guys got a professional to do this website. It looks really great. But, we're already at the bottom and you don't have too much content here. It's maybe like 100, 200 words. So not quite what Google wants to see. And if we look at your competitor, DFW, we can scroll down for them as well. And they only have a couple hundred too. So that's actually a good thing. That means that they're just going to be easy to beat out in terms of content, right? If we just add that bare minimum of 1,500 to 2,000 words, we're going to be winning in that department and start climbing those search rankings. Okay, so on to the second thing. That's going to be what's called backlinks. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is tells Google that 1, you're a credible business, and 2, that you're relevant to whatever those linking websites are talking about, right? So if we take a look at your backlinks, you have 142, right? So that's actually kind of a lot. I'm guessing you guys are already putting some resources into search engine optimization, right? You got to be paying for some of these backlinks. And we can take a look at your competitor, DFW. So they only have 105, right? So you're actually beating them in terms of the number of backlinks. But the thing about this is it's not all about quantity, right? You got to do them right too. So, and what I can tell you based on those keywords you come up for is even if you're paying some money for backlinks, it's not really helping you come up for the keywords that people are going to actually be ready to spend their money when they search. So let's take a look at your backlinks. Okay, so one thing that jumps out to me on why you might not be ranking for those keywords is this do follow links column. So every time you see a link here with a 0, that means that this website set up your backlink so that it's not giving you any search power, right? They don't want to give their search power to you. So all these that have a 0 basically don't count. And that's, as you can see, it's a good chunk of them. And then one other thing I wanted to take a look at that might help explain is what's called the anchors. So the anchors are basically the text that contains the hyperlink in a backlink. So here we can see you have your business name, Axium Solar. You got your website. That's good. You want both of those in here. But what I'm not seeing is any of those buyer intent keywords, right? You need to have anchor text on your backlinks that says solar panels Dallas, right? That's how Google knows that that's what this link is talking about, and it's sending people to your website. So those are a couple things, we could do to improve the quality of your backlinks, even though you already have a large quantity. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to talk about is the Google Map Pack. And that's this section here. I'm sure you've seen it before. Just has this map right here and then 3 featured businesses. So these are going to be super important because these 3 businesses actually get about 30 to 40% of the traffic from searches like this. So you really want to be in these top 3. And how do we do that? Well, one strategy is what's called citations. And a citation is basically like a backlink, except it goes to your Google Maps listing instead of your website. So what we can do is add a bunch of those. We can take a look at what these competitors have, basically match them, and then add twice as many so we blow them out of the water. And then on top of that, we can do a few things like optimizing the images you use on your Google Maps listing. We can optimize all the different fields that Google lets you fill out. And that's really going to help you go up in the rankings on the Google Map Pack. All right, guys. So those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about. Just as a recap, that's going to be the content on your website, 1,500 to 2,000 words using those keywords you want to target. It's going to be your backlinks, right? We want to match your competitor in terms of the number, outdo them, and then not just outdo them in quantity, but make sure we have better backlinks than them. And finally, and sorry about my dog barking in the background, but finally we have that map pack. We want to get you in the top 3 businesses there to get you that extra traffic. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email after this, and we can talk about next steps. All right, thanks.